Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into my channel. I appreciate you, man. So I wanted to look up why you lose sleep or why you need less sleep. It's one or the other, in terms of perspective. Like I'm losing sleep or I'm not needing it as much. I wanted to find some scientific evidence behind this and I couldn't. So I think it's all psychological. And this is what I have come to the conclusion of, is I think it's by association. Like most of the time, it's always at nighttime, or in your bed, in a sleeping area. Okay, the bed is for sleep. The marriage couples are obviously like, yeah, it's for sexual relations too. But if you know anything about me and how long I've been talking about SR, it's like been a year plus. As far as online, like I don't talk about the marriage side of it at all. Like that's up to you if you want to retain or not. But as a single man, this is the crowd, the audience that I'm reaching. It's like it's most of the association is in bed. I think it's by association. So when you stop doing that, your body thinks like, oh, there could be many different associations with how your mind might react to it, but it could be one of these like, oh well, I need to sleep, so let me just fap or something like that, or I'm feeling really stressed or tense, so I just need to fap. It's an autopilot type of reaction by your body and your mind and your will and your emotions, and we all know this isn't right. And this is what we're retraining our body, our mind, our will, and emotions, to be in alignment with semen retention. So there's going to be like there's going to be the natural resistance. It just is what it is. You can't avoid it. It's impossible to avoid. You're going to have to go through the desert, the 40 days of the desert, the 40 days in the wilderness, 40 years, not 40 years, hopefully. But that's what I think it is, guys. I think it's just psychological. Now, if I had to say like what, give me another reason. If I had to say like, okay, what about the people who feel like they need less sleep? Well, I think it's simply because you're obtaining more energy. Now, it doesn't mean that you should be getting up with only 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Like if you're able to, if you're able to sleep for 8 hours, sleep for 8 hours, or at least lay in bed and relax like for 8 hours. I know what it's like because there's a phase shift, okay, with energy, with terms of energy. You truly do not need, or you feel that you do not need as much time in bed. It's almost like you get antsy, like you just can't stay in bed. And I get it. It's 100% understandable. This is very real evidence of you not feeling like you don't need that much sleep because you're gaining energy. But here's another opinion within that perspective is there's a up and down even with that. I'm only saying this from experience, guys. When I was on long-term semen retention, like 6 months plus, I would get back into the good, restful, long periods of sleep. Something that I don't think I've had since I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, man, I would always, sleep more than 8 hours, and your body needs it when you're growing, when your hormones are developing and all this other stuff. So it's more of a rebalancing that you're kind of tapping back into, of the homeostasis and harmony in your body, mind, will, and emotions when you're on long-term semen retention. So this feeling of lack of sleep, or you're not getting enough sleep, or whatever else, a lot of times this happens in a flat line. It can be one or the other. You could be getting way too much sleep, or feeling like you just want to lay in bed all day. Or another type of flat line is actually where not many people put this together. They don't consider this a flat line, but it's actually where you have an excess of energy. Now, some people say, oh, well, you just need to work out or exert your energy. And I'm gonna tell you from my experience again. I've done this, and I'm telling you guys, this stuff is gold right here, because it's a real life person telling you guys personal, real experiences, like of time and time and time again. It's not just 1 or 2 times. It's definitely at least 10, 15, 20 times. I don't know. I don't count this stuff, but It's like I've exerted myself. I worked out in the gym like twice a day, all this other stuff, and I'd still be full of energy. There's just simply a rebalancing phase, guys. That's what I want you to understand. It's just you got to go through the rebalancing phase. You can't avoid a flat line. People want to hack it and cheat it and think that you just can avoid the battles and all this stuff and all the valleys. I guess that's my advice, guys, is just realizing that unless you, you got to really stick with it to see like the permanent change. Semen retention is a game of patience. It really is, man. And you gotta wait a long time for this sleep thing to rebalance. For me, it's like this might not be true for you because everybody's days are different with like how they feel. Like they feel better around a certain day, or certain week. The longer you go, the more you realize like it's not specifically with a day, but there's yourself more about the phase shifts. And things kind of, you can, if you're sensitive to yourself, you can notice things rebalancing, and you can notice things actually truly getting better. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's my advice, guys, for like those who are curious. I couldn't find any scientific evidence. I thought I found a link with melatonin because that's a hormone. There's probably some truth to that. It is a hormonal rebalancing when you're on semen retention. It's not just testosterone, guys. It's like I don't like to preach about the chakra system, but there's an energy body that you truly have that is supposed to be in synchronicity with your physical body. It's like the nervous system. It's like main energy centers within different areas of your nervous system. And I think it's your pituitary gland that secretes, I believe it's melatonin. So when you disrupt one part of your nervous system or one part of your energy center, so on the physical side, we see the gonads and the private areas, right? This is what they call the root chakra. This is your lower sexual energy center. So when that's all jacked up from you jacking off, you're jacking it up by jacking off. It takes time to recenter and operate properly and efficiently. But when one energy is kind of, what is that saying? Like the chain is only as strong as the weakest link. You could have a really strong link on one end, but if that link on the other end is weak and about to break, well, what's the point of that other really strong chain link? So it all has to work together, guys, in unison. So when one is off, your pituitary is going to be off. That's my belief. I mean, that's my random bro science understanding that your melatonin will probably be off a little bit. I don't know. That's not concrete scientific evidence in any way, shape, or form. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to put some clues together to make maybe you guys perhaps think. I know melatonin is really important, and it is a hormone secretion. And it's just there is an understanding of if one thing's off, the other thing is going to be off. You know what I mean? Have you guys heard about like if you have like a foot problem, it can stem all the way up to your legs, all the way up to your back, all the way, and you'll find yourself having shoulder problems because there's an imbalance. You know what I mean? Or even it starts from like wearing the wrong shoes. To be honest with you, if you don't have a proper arch support, so. From the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom, guys, everything is connected. Every cell is connected. So going back to sleep, man, that's what I think it is, guys. So just push through it, get through it. If you can, in a healthy way, like they got food that helps you sleep. Like I'll give you guys some examples. You can look this up yourself. Cherry juice, tart cherry juice, good for melatonin. It's got potassium. Milk, oatmeal, bananas. This is what I do. Milk, oatmeal, bananas, and pumpkin seeds. All those have tryptophan, sleep-inducing, melatonin, good hormones, good stuff, good substances, to help you sleep. There's one other one. Pistachios has a ton of melatonin in it. I think it was 660 nanograms per something. You got to look it up, but it's way more than tart cherry juice. And if you have this stuff in your arsenal at your house, you're prepared to where when you do go through the phase of you sleeping less, because I hate to say it like this, but like you need more than 3 or 4 hours of sleep. You know, if you stay like 3 or 4 hours of sleep indefinitely, man, it's not good for you guys. You gotta rest, you gotta sleep. But it's an understanding that going through this phase, you're not going to be sleeping as much for periods of time. It will balance out. Where you are going to be getting a normal 8 hours of sleep, but through that phase, you can find little things to help you, like food with sleep and stuff like that. So I hope you guys got something good out of this. Hope you can learn something, maybe help you better understand the season that you might go through or have went through and tried to understand, concerning sleep or lack of it on semen retention. So hope you guys have a good day, man. We'll see you on another video. Peace.